Hello, my friends, it's Kim. I started a project I thought I'd take you along for, and that is cleaning out this shed so that I have some better storage here. We did have a bunch of pellets stacked up in here. We didn't use them last year. We have the mini split, worked great all winter long. We did use a few pellets here and there when it got below zero. You know, we get like 15 below here, and just kind of bumped up the heat. But a couple of things I've already taken out of here are battery charger, a shelf that was literally just thrown in here because I guess this is the closest one, and when certain people put things away, they just throw them in the shed. This is where our cat sleeps, our barn cat in the winter. That's in the shed, which is heated because that's our pump house as well. I have that old basket there. Well, you can see my chickens did a number. I wanted to use the old straw in the garden. I thought maybe I'd try to grow some mushrooms. So I'll have to rake this up later. We finally got a little bit of rain here. Not enough, but it's better than nothing at this point. So let me go take you inside the shed. Sorry, there's no light in here, so it's going to be kind of dark. This is our water. We have the softener, and that's not the pump. That's the pressure tank. That, of course, you know, keeps pressure for the pump. I believe that's the old one that doesn't work. I'm going to have to figure out why that's still in here. And you can see I just have junk everywhere. I have my dehydrators in here. I'm thawing out that freezer. I want to clean it. That one is completely stacked. There's my other dehydrator. I like to do a lot of my dehydrating out here simply because in the summertime it's really hot and we don't need that extra heat. An old fan, just a bunch of stuff. And then this is where the pellets used to be stacked here. And you can see we just have a few left. And then my outdoor washing machine I store in here, obviously all winter long, so it doesn't get ruined. This is what, from the 50s or something like that. So you're talking about a 70-year-old washing machine. I love this thing. You guys, nothing cleans better, ever. I have tried 100 washing machines and nothing cleans better than this thing. So I love it. And I could put big blankets in here. Yeah, you have to feed them through the little rollers to squeeze out the water. But I love this thing. So anyway, you can see it's super insulated in here. The only thing we run in the winter is the light. We use either 125 or 250 light bulb, depending on how cold it is outside. And that's enough to keep this thing in the 50-degree range. So anyway, I'm going to start cleaning, and I'll bring you back a few times just so you can see kind of the progress that I'm making. All right, I got my freezer all cleaned out. Now, these bottles, I do save those. What I normally do is I lay them in the bottom of the freezer before I turn it on, let them freeze, because if something were to happen, then I know that I have a little bit of time while there's something cold in there. And as you know, it came unplugged one year, and I almost lost a lot of food. I happen to measure this perfectly. These milk crates fit in here. It just makes it easier to take things in and out. And that one, it's a little hard, but once you lay those bottles in the bottom, it doesn't go all the way to the bottom anyway. So I have these baskets here that I use to store different foods in. I can just grab one basket. I'm not digging through the entire freezer to find what I need. And if I have overflow, I can just set it down in here. I might find some kind of a container to put in here, even if it's a box. That way when I remove these, everything doesn't fall. But so far I haven't had that issue. The other thing I do every year is I check the seal on my freezer, make sure it's still good. This one is. If not, obviously I would order a new one and have it installed before I need it for the winter. With, you know, spring vegetables coming up soon, this is why I cleaned it out. Don't forget to prop open the freezers when you clean them out. I just use an old lid. It's plenty big. It doesn't ruin my seals. And that way it gets some airflow. You can see, you know, it can get rusty out here. This thing is probably 30 years old. And I'm going to try to get some Rust-Oleum or something to fix it. But, you know, it is outside. If it was indoors, I'd be more picky about it. But there is the freezer done. Just doing another quick update. I got rid of some things here. those are my egg cartons. I'm going to put a shelf in here. I had to move a few things. I've cleaned out this corner. Now I'm going to move all of these pellets to that corner so they're not in my way. And I'd like to get rid of the pallet that's under here so that I could put my shelf up. So I'm going to see if I can get that done next. All right. I'm going to be honest with you. Moving those 80-pound concrete bags and those 40-pound pellet bags kind of kicked my butt. But I found another one of the cat boxes. I'm just going to leave that here. I got my shelf set up and organized. Pretty good. Couple little things I got to take in the house. I'm going to do that later. Most of this needs to go out to the actual shed, not our little pump house here. Those all need to go out to the shed. And a couple things need to go to the thrift store. All right, time for an after. I got everything done, and yes, I agreed to put the battery charger back in here because he's using it a lot. I got that freezer cleaned out, got everything organized. All over there is all organized. I don't know how far back I can go in here. It's not a great big shed. There is my shelf all organized, and I can get to my little washer when I need to. So I think I did a pretty good job for today. Anyway, I'll bring you back to my next project. Have a wonderful day.